Same old guy, been a news. Yeah, 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 yeah. Headset edition. Headset edition. Hmm. That's a good reason, although I don't recall they gave it a reason. Because I supported Tulsi Gabbard. Okay, Jay Shivone. It's a good reason. Because I supported Tulsi Gabbard. Good reason. Okay, Jay Shivone. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Martinez is here. This is a quick headset edition. Gonna have to follow up on a discussion I heard today, and then I tweeted about, and then I immediately got a couple tweets back. Just heard this discussion on the Majority Report. You see, the very fact is that I am not normie enough because the theory that they believe in. Joseph, ballin', brother, you've been banned from Twitter. God damn it. Don't get banned from YouTube then. Stay on. What did you do to get banned from Twitter, dude? Were you not being a normie? I want to find out what's going on with Joseph Ballin. He's a supporter, big time. What happened, Joseph Ballin? Banned from Twitter. I'm without my guitar at this moment, but this really comes down to it. Didn't say. Are you kidding me, dude? That's bullshit. Wait, let me see. You were in my messages. What happened? Did you just disappear out of my does that mean all the messages you've sent me are all gone now too? Let's see. We had with Michael DeWitt. What the fuck is going on? Dude, what happened? Like, it seems to me you're just a very hardcore anti-war, and you also are sarcastic. But that's not an ability to. That shouldn't ban you from Twitter. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't go on Twitter. I'm going to show you your Matt. Fuck Twitter. Maybe you shouldn't give Twitter your time, Joseph Ballin. You got allthehypocrisy.com. You can use that anytime, and I will tweet out your posts. I don't see anything you've ever done at allthehypocrisy.com that is offending on all the articles you've posted at my lovely website. Yeah, dude, you're never going to be blocked because I have a website. Plus, you never did anything that I've seen, certainly on my website, that's offending. Like, what is the deal? Do they think that you're an anti-Semite? What's going on, Joseph? This is really fucked up because you didn't like Netanyahu report that this caller real. Oh, wait, I'm seeing it. We still going? I saw the thing turn. I thought I might have lost you there. Let me check the microphone. Yeah, we're responding. This classic douchebag caller called in today and was like, "Hey, I think you really got to appeal to normies with all of your discussions because you don't want to sound not normal." Like, I'm really just, this is censorship, Joseph Ballin. Even censoring the way that even in the dumbest way of being like, I want to appeal to normies. Like, what does that mean? You're going to censor yourself? That's what it means? And Ronald Reagan called in. He says, well, I think it's really nice that you don't have a bunch of F-bombs in clips and then I can send them on. First of all, they have plenty of F-bombs in their fucking clips. And, but like, oh yeah, I'm sure that you send around these Sam Cedar clips and it really convinces people of stuff. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you do, Ronnie, because it appeals to normies. So then it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, isn't it, Joseph Ballin? Someone who's never, I don't know, man. A lot of times, Joseph Ballin, I think that, like, if you're like a person who sticks with your views and doesn't back down, and then they try to gang up on you, they start name calling and they invent all these different names to call you, right? And then you respond like a normal human by like reflexively calling them a name back. You know what I mean? And then they call you a name back, they call it back and forth. And then at one point during the thing, all of a sudden you're the bad guy, right? That's how I think it often goes. And then you get sucked into a mindset. You don't have to censor yourself. I'd like to see how this offense happened, Joseph Ball, and maybe you could write a post at allthehypocrisy.com and maybe ask them for an answer and then see what they tell you. I mean, just even if you don't want to do Twitter anymore, it'd be good to find out what they supposedly say is your reason for getting banned. But going to this Majority Report attitude there, you can see it's like that's why they couldn't handle my songs. Like I've never strove. I don't strive to be normal. That doesn't like. Oh, for Twitter, Joseph Ballin here on the chat. I think on Twitter you just friggin' send it in. They have some kind of place there to question. Like when you found out you got banned, there's a way to question it. Must be. Julian Assange. Yep. Interesting. I don't know, Joseph. It could possibly. My guess is it's probably in like an insult frenzy where someone's insulting you, and maybe you insult them back, and like then they point you out. It's like in basketball, people are throwing elbows back and forth, and then someone gets called for it, even though it's going on both ways, and it's bullshit. I did hear an interesting Joseph Ball. I don't know if you ever seen Kim Iverson. Is it Kim Iverson? YouTube channel. And she actually just left Twitter because of she feels it's a problem that it's become like a real thing for real people, like the president and other real people. Yeah, I think you would like her. But I liked her thing about why she left Twitter. And maybe it even goes to you and I both use fake names on our tweets. But her point is that you got all these people with fake names. And I believe many of them, Joseph Ballin, are the ones who attack us. How many, they're actually normies with fake names. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm a normie with a fake name. I'm an irony that you check out Michael Tracy, Joseph. He talks about irony bros. Brooklyn irony bros. So they're basically normies, but who are like they like have tattoos or might look cool or act cool or something, but then they ironically take all these normal views and don't hold anybody accountable for anything. Anyway, that whole normie discussion I heard today on Majority Report, furthermore, helped me understand why I was no longer welcome. My songs no longer welcome. My views no longer welcome. It's because they are that lame that they feel that they're going to be more effective by appealing to the normies. And that is a failed, it might help in certain little roads, but I don't think that's going to be ultimately a path to success. I do not think so. I think that it's denying your own uniqueness and losing touch with what matters. That's a sad way to go. It's a sad way to be. To feel like you have to sell out on your appearance. You have to sell out on your, you're basically living a lie. You want to be you want to be a wolf in normie clothing, right? It's all bullshit. And no one really likes that. People want to follow a leader. Leaders aren't that's a Republican classic leader, okay, is a normie. We all know that. But we have a lot of different kinds of leaders in this world. We have your fucking, they talk authoritarian, right? Everyone wants to say authoritarian is like a pejorative. Authoritarian, man. I'm not a Trump is an authoritarian. Trumpy is authoritarian. Sure. Bernie, the one you say, Bernie is nothing about radical. Exactly. He's radical. Like how much how it's like sometimes when people are hypocrisy like this, it's like in the fabric of them, so you can't even blame them for it. It's like it's not evil hypocrisy, it's the fabric of just not having courage. And it's not for me to say I have so much more courage, some shit like that. I'm just saying what I think. Like I don't really put myself out there. This is a YouTube channel I'm trying to grow, but I don't have any, like I have a regular job at light, you know, this isn't everything to me. So I don't feel like I need to, I think it doesn't slant the way I think. And Kevin Martinez, thank you. I always thought Normie was a derogatory. Me too. But this caller and Sammy today turned it around to say that it wasn't. Like they're holding fast. They're not recognizing change happening like through the internet and through all of this education. Like me, myself, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's a process of learning and growth. Like I added up over the last 10 fucking years of writing those songs, listening to these stupid fucking shows. You know, we know what the fuck we're not. Normies are, and Joseph Ballin, normies are basically people who aren't us. Exactly. People who buying into mainstream society. Exactly. Now, here's something that I can even say to you is you can have political views that aren't a normie. And like when you talk about politics, you don't need to talk normie, but you can have a life similar to me. I mean, maybe people can perceive that I have a normal job, though. That's what I'm trying to, and I don't throw my politics at everyone I see. Like I don't, but when I do talk about politics, I don't try to normalize what I think. It's just a really screwed up way to think. I mean, what I'm trying to say is you can be normal in a lot of ways, but normie in making your politics normie is like throwing away your fucking individuality. Joseph Ballin, who don't watch corporate NPC news. Exactly. Kim Martinez, early before we're going on about what a normie is, Sam tried to whitewash what Bernie said and tried to say that he said that this time I am running to win. Yes. Sammy is perseverating, uncovering his ass about why Bernie didn't win the primary the first time. He perseverates on saying that Bernie wasn't trying the first time. Bernie didn't start soon enough. It's because Bernie. It's because Bernie. It's because Bernie, right, guys? It's because Bernie. Now Bernie's trying to win. And now he's trying to win. Like, notice how often Sam will try to slip that into conversation in order to cover his own ass and to cover the DNC's ass, right? Isn't that what it is? Isn't that what it is? Sammy still blaming Bernie for DNC. Essentially, his whole thing is that, well, Bernie would have. You know why he didn't win the primary against Hillary? He wasn't trying to win. See? And then he found out he was going to win, but it was too late, you see. Yeah, okay, Sammy. Is that normal enough for MSNBC? Is that normal enough, Sammy? I don't give a fuck about if they play my songs if it means I need to be normal. I need to normie out my songs. I've done a lot of norming for the point of being nice with my songs, and then it's always, you know, it's appreciated almost too much. You know what they like for songs now? They like you to send in the hit little music and beats, then with just hearing their own voice over and over. That's what they want for songs, is just a reverberation, a bubble of what they're saying played over house music. That's what they think is you know, that way it stays right in line, right? So, and exactly, Joseph Bond says Trump wasn't running to win either, supposedly, right? What is this running to win bullshit? Um, except Trump didn't have a DNC blocking him. Exactly. In Trump's cases, they all hated him, but they didn't rig it for one particular person. Like if they all said, you know what, Rubio's going to win, they could have done that, just like Hillary. They would have found a way to destroy Trump. This is how they destroyed Bernie. But the fucking Republicans don't play like that. They play fucking hard, and they go after it. And it's sad to see the Democrats present present such a difference there. The easy to see difference makes them look shitty as fuck. Makes them look shitty. All right, I'm not trying to be mean, but Kevin Martinez, is that normie enough for MSNBC? Yeah. It's really funny because the fact that it's like the very thing. I loved it. You could track. It's not, of course, everything isn't about my songs, but it is my experience on the show, and it is quite an experience that taught me so fucking much, and taught you. If you observed the Chronicle, you could see how they want to control you. They want to warp you. They want to just tunnel in your views in order to appeal to normies. You know, Gate was right. NBC, shill. NPC, what does that stand for? NPC. I know MSM stands for mainstream media. I know that one. NPC, I could look it up. Oh boy. So missing it big time, swing and a miss. Jamie Peck trying to lamely defend. Like, you can't defend the point unless you defend the point, Jamie. So when you say, oh, this or that, but then someone says, they go, you know, oh, but you got to appeal to the normies. And she goes, I agree. You need to appeal to normies. Really? Okay. So what are you actually saying? You're saying nothing because you didn't go strong enough. I would love to just, instead of even talking it up, to say, Sam, I disagree with you. You are incorrect. And I'm not even going to spend any time talking to you about it, because I know you're too much of a friggin' stubborn sack of arrogant poop. So why even try? But just want to state you are wrong, Sam. Sam, you are wrong. Or just do this. Just go hashtag wrong again, and then go on with the show. Because it's not even worth talking to someone who's so sure of themselves, and then they yell at you. It's like yelling at you because you have a different opinion. It's just fucking stupid. It's like a fucking display of what not to do. It's a display of how not to act and yet still pretend you're respectable. It's a display. The debate with Michael Tracy, or any time when Sammy has his little mind set that he wants to hurt somebody, like a debate is actually not a debate. It's a screaming match to hurt someone. I had a YouTube video recently where I was like, what the fuck, about how he says that they didn't rig it against Bernie. And while this was going on, he was screaming at me about how dumb. It's so dumb to think that you should worry about the process of the voting and registration and how we should, how dumb to think about that in the primary. But then in the general, it's the hugest thing to think about. And the same forces are rooting for Hillary that are rooting for the Republicans. That's funny because, like, that doesn't even seem that complicated. Do people say that? Are people clear enough on that to say that when you talk about vote rigging, the people who would rig for the Republicans will all rig for the conservative Democrat or the Republican light? Isn't that known? Is that simple enough? Oh, thank you, Aaron Baccarin. Non-playable character. What does that mean, though? I don't know what that means. Non-playable character. Non-playable character. Huh. Michael Tracy says it was so stupid. Yes, you're right. Sam was 100% wrong. Yep. About that. And it was Michael Tracy obviously is upset too. So he wasn't doing his best. Thank you, Aaron. Yeah. NPC has a script. Oh, I see what you mean. So it's like a robot. Exactly. I gotcha. NPC. Very good. You heard my, now DJ QAnon switch his name to DJ QAnon with a K. Anyway, robot songs, really pretty cool shit is going into that concept. And the whole point of my Robot Dream song was how everything we see out here is in this Twitter world that Joseph Ballin's been banned from. And now maybe you shouldn't go back, Joseph. Just don't do anything that is annoying you or whatever, but express yourself. The thing about the Twitter is they have these fucking robot/humans. They're humans who act like robots, and there's also robots that act like humans. It's all the same shit. You guys, that nails it with that NPC thing. It's another word for bot. But the whole idea is like how Kim Iverson was saying, right? That I do agree that's a problem. And even though I'm doing it now, that's the current system. But when you can have an anonymous Twitter handle and then you have it mixed up with people with real things, and then you get all these robots, as you see, and people who are like robots, the same fucking thing, right? They swarm and they fuck up the whole scenario. You guys down with this? I feel like I'm thinking very clearly and I make a lot of sense. And Sam Cedar and Brooksy tagging along, and even Lecky, the Bubble Boys, they really believe in this. Like somehow, you know what it is? It's like if you're into marketing, if you're a marketing guy, like your whole thing is I get paid to like convince normies or to appeal to mass populations, right? Disingenuously, I said it, disingenuously, or not, or whatever the case. Put on your normie, be the wolf in normie clothing, right? That's how they picture themselves. Like, I'm a noble warrior for the best things, and I'm pretending to be a normie though, and I'm gonna convert them. Does that make sense to do that? It doesn't. You can't pretend to be the thing you want to convert. It's like going and being like, I'm going to pretend a Nazi and then convert them. I mean, that would be a bold move. It's a bold move, right? That's bold. So, yeah. And then you got people with blue check marks, of course, on Twitter. But yeah, like I say, I mean, that's allthehypocrisy.com. I don't have any reason to ban you from there, Joseph. You are always welcome. And even if you said something that was pretty outrageous, I don't know. I mean, I'd have to have a good reason. I'd have to say why you were banned. That brings me back to why I was banned from the Majority Report, my songs. I basically had them by the nuts, in my opinion. My songs were cranking their world, were twisting their minds, making it hurt to think the things they thought. And it's hurtful. I know, it's hard. When you want to put on that normie cloak, you want to cloak yourself in a normie hood, put your normie hoodie on, and then just disappear like an invisible cloak. And then all of a sudden, here's Reefer Cake. I'm not normal, motherfucker. I'm not normal. No, no, no. I mean, again, like I said, am I normal? What is normal? Yeah. Who the fuck? The whole point of even asking that question is off the mark. This is, I kind of have some dead time here because of a technical issue. And I don't know if I'll be able to resume my regular work due to that issue. Therefore, I will stay on this stream for a bit longer. And I haven't even touched my guitar. And we're looking at, I think I've said quite a bit here. I don't know. There's no running total of time here. I don't know where the hell that is. What else we got here? About censorship, you should not be banned without a good fucking reason, listed and appealed. I agree. And so I would like to see, Joseph, if they give you a reason, and maybe I should go ahead and seek a reason for why I was banned from the majority report, my songs. And of course, there's no reason that I ever should have been allowed the songs, except that I earned that position through producing songs that were worthy of being played because of the entertainment value they provided, nothing else. No favor to me. No fucking favor to me. So it's a little different from a service like Twitter. But I was never given a favor. This isn't oh, thank you. In fact, my songs originally should have had, or I shouldn't say originally they had my fucking a link associated, credit given for the song. In that time, kind of like when Michael Brooks came on the show and then Matt Binder left. Kind of like when certain type of people came in and certain other type of people left. Or maybe it was even sometime in that transition, all of a sudden, oh no, we don't put a link to Jimmy Reefer Cake's Twitter anymore. No. We just try to kind of push him down. And I kept fucking beating their asses every fucking week. Just right in their face. As many times as the laughs that I got and the people loved what I said, as far outweighs the little petty insults and bullshit that I took from that little mean little twerp Michael Brooks. Sammy, whatever. You got your problems with related to your political views, but you never were quite as much of an asshole as Brooks. And for that, I thank you, Sammy. That was very good. You still, though, I think it's just too much Tulsi for you, huh? Too much fucking Tulsi. Anybody have anything to say before I get out of here? Or say, there we go. Look at Jamie liked my tweet when I said Normie Madness. Now, Jamie, incredible disappointment. She had to be normied out by perhaps, again, hating me, pushing me off the show again. The video I refer to, I believe I YouTube streamed. And I say, yes, fuck Twitter. Say it again. Say it again, Joseph. Yeah, it's a good point. I keep bringing up Twitter, and that's probably annoying you. Twitter is just a source of fodder for the show here. But I would find it interesting that, and this guy, Jay Shivone, right? He's like, I don't know. The back and forth is funny. I said that thing about the normie, and he goes, "Easy does it, my Maynard brother." I go, in a twist of ironic hypocrisy, my songs were run off the show for not being normie enough. Jay responds, "Perhaps that is the case. Did the podcast producers issue an explanation?" And then I said, "Seemed like it was because I support Tulsi Gabbard." Then Jay responds, "That's a good reason, though I don't recall that they gave a reason." I'll agree. So this is what Normie J. Let's say that again. Fuck Twitter. All right, you're right. You're right. This guy Jay or whoever they are, all of them. It's not. That's why I mute so many people. Yeah, this thing is. This Twitter is a piece of shit. It's a piece of shit. And these people are shit people. A lot of them really are. And that's mean. Why did I say that? There you go. The NPC report. Oh boy. Oh, Kevin, thank you. And I think the reason was because during one of Majority Report live sessions, Michael blurted out if she should get banned. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what he said. If I should get banned, I have it. I think I put one of the. I streamed with that one time and talked over it. I think, and it was pretty funny because he just blurted it out, and then it seemed like the other producers kind of were like, yeah, okay, and even Jamie, and I was like, huh, and then they did at least have they asked the audience. The audience is like, half of them or a bunch of them were like, oh yeah, ban him. He's not a normie. He's offensive to normies. Ban him. I hate Tulsi. Ban him. I hate Tulsi. Because they're just so into hating Tulsi. And then they go, who thinks he shouldn't be banned? And then at least that same amount of people were like, no, don't fucking ban him. You guys are fucking pricks. So think of that. Think about that. And then they just go ahead and ban me. Isn't that funny? Even though there was a split in the audience. There's a split in the audience. Social media is a monster. Yep, the YouTube Majority Report chat banned you, Joseph. And it was, I think that was probably the insult thing going on, and you just being persistent about asking about anti-war policies usually. And I don't know if you said something derogatory about Brooks or whatever, but when Brooks is sitting there fucking, yeah, Kevin Martinez got banned as well. Yeah, they ban, and that no wonder that chat room is such a shit box. I don't go in that shit anymore. It used to be a cool place. Their chat room is a shit box, straight up shit box. It's a land of shit, and it's normie heaven. It's normie fucking heaven. And yes, I will say, Joseph Ball said shit. I agree. It's shit. Their chat room and there's bullies, big time bullies that don't get banned. Big time bullies. I know of a certain bully in that chat room right now. At least I know someone who said that person's scared the shit out of them, fucking bullying them, and posted a fucking thing of their conversation without the guy's permission. And then the guy left the internet, had to disappear, was sick of it. And that's the kind of people they have in their chat room right now, and they ban you guys, right? So, because as long as you can be a horrible fucking person on the inside, but as long as you keep your normie cloak on and you just act polite enough, oh, you're fine. And then you go and target somebody who's a nice person, who's a supporter of Jimmy Reefergate, by the way. Like that's the kind of shit they do. Like little armies of fucking mutant trolls, but under the cloak of normies. Thought you were crazy. Of course, they think I'm crazy. And maybe to some extent, like, we're all crazy if we are that involved. Like, none of them are normal, if you ask me. It's kind of crazy to be maybe sometimes we should not think about these political things so much, but they're way crazier than us. I was calling out Hillary Clinton and nobody wanted to hear she was going to lose. Exactly. Oh my God. And the emotional. So did they ban you after she lost or before she lost? Because that's the thing. They got really twisted after she lost to Trump, where they couldn't even handle like life or humans or anything. But of course, there's plenty of them. Misery loves company. It's a bubble. I talked about that. After, exactly. I got a really new look after. I found myself treated differently after. I found myself disrespected and not appreciated for the things that I said that I knew was coming and that they brought on themselves. And that hurts them. So it's all about their own internal pain and having to normie it out. They want to normie it all out. But it's pretty weak. It's weak tea, but it might be popular. But honestly, I don't think. I think that that's just their own fucking preference. I think they could be as non-normie as they wanted to, and they'd be even more popular. I think they're totally fucking setting limitations on their own potential by kicking people like me off the show, by normalizing their own thoughts and self-censoring them and turning themselves into a normie light, a fucking festival of goddamn smart sounding bullshit coated in fucking like a pile of bullshit, and then just throw a bunch of newspapers on it. That's kind of what it is. Nothing but bullshit inside, and then a bunch of fancy words on the outside. Have I obliterated everybody? Have I obliterated the entire? Okay, I think I did. Just here in a work pause. I have a pause in workage, which might actually send me. I might as well go for a long one here. Now, remember Patreon, and remember Joseph's reminding me of all the hypocrisy.com, the place where I've held on site. I don't do anything with the intent of growing or doing good or like being successful with regard to my internet. That mean all the hypocrisy.com was built for a purpose. Okay. Oh, Kevin Martinez. I actually subscribed to the Majority Report because of the spin-off day doing Halloween on the Ken show. Yes, nice. So yeah, like people want to call me a hypocrite. All the hypocrisy.com, however, is like the purpose of it is to expose all hypocrisy. Like I was called a hypocrite. Let me try to figure out why I was called a hypocrite. It had to do with Tulsi. Basically, whenever they want to weave in your support of somebody and then call you a hypocrite because of it, that's kind of like taking a little step too far. But yeah, the point is, I guess that everyone is subject to being called a hypocrite. No one is safe. No one should be safe. We should call them out. Okay, call me out. Call myself out. I feel the pain of getting called out. It doesn't hurt that bad. Sometimes I just say, oh, I guess you'd say, no, that's not true. But if someone's right, I appreciate the I like hearing about my own hypocrisy and trying to correct it. Kevin Martinez. And after Hillary lost, she continued to make fun of the dumb left thing. And like dumb left is exactly all the people who it's Joseph Pollock kills it. Where all the people who called it right are the dums. Exactly what we talk about after the election. The disenchanted ones, I call a lot of us. The ones who knew. It's like knowing too much, and then you're all of a sudden you're spoiled now. You're no longer a fresh normie. You're not a not a fresh normie for the taking in their little propaganda trap. So I do want support on Patreon, and I want people to participate at all the hypocrisy.com. Can check out. I think probably I don't post there very much because I keep getting sucked into Twitter, and maybe that's the very problem. But Joseph Balling posted about the coming war with Venezuela. So look at this. Look at it. Just imagine this guy gets banned from Twitter. Here's the article you see. Your basic, straight up. I'm not going to read it. You can check it out for you. But just opinion. We're on the way to war with Venezuela over oil. That's dumb left, supposedly. Now, that's So I took a lot of more offense as time went on. I've become more humorous about it. And that's what I recommend, guys. Be humorous. They look, isn't it funny for someone to call somebody a dum dum? A grown person calling someone a dum dum. Isn't that alone just kind of like when it's not a really it's like it's a political view, it's a political strategy, and then you say dum dum. That's I don't know how that even kept caught on. It's pretty weak. Another weak effort by a weak man named Michael Brooks. All right, everybody. Can I insult Michael Brooks anymore without meaning to? Well, he does suck. He's an asshole. He represents the worst sellout. Okay. Is my microphone screwed up? Nope. Good. Some reason it's working, but I guess it is. Yeah. It's dumb to say Trump is a Russian puppet or be an asshole and ban people from a show. Exactly. There's nothing that I just don't get it. Like I don't get it. And then you, like I said about the people who remain in the chat and the bullies that remain and the people who I think have twisted motives and maybe are getting paid to act that way, honestly. Like I question the sincerity. I question the truth and honesty of these puppets and robots that are in the chats. Like they could easily be making a buck doing this shit. You know, there's robot farms and puppet farms, and these people, normies, and people who want to pretend and do the edges to herd to keep the edges in, like make sure they're all still thinking Hillary, even though we know it's a left wing kind of they're all still thinking Hillary, right? Let's just make sure. And they can't handle the truth is a fact. That's why they will never have like a real reckoning with what they've said about Tulsi. It's just a smear. The way that's when I really became disgusted. Disgusted. So I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm wondering maybe someday I'll call the show and what I would say, how I would handle myself. I wish that I could call in a little later in the day. It's hard to call at that time of day for me sometimes. And also it's like lunch and it might like my stomach can get a little upset having to think about the pure arrogant dripping fucking little laced insults they're gonna throw at me out of what, like I just would like to call in and just say, hey, so I saw that show when you everyone had a big cheer about whether I should be banned or not. And it seemed like it was a 50-50 on the cheering. But seems like all you guys want me banned. What's up with that? Just say that, right? That was only like 20 seconds. Maybe I could just record that and then I could play it so I don't have to talk when I call. That would make it more relaxing because I really, yeah, I'll just play a recording of myself saying, hey, Sammy, I got to go too. All right, man. Joseph, take it easy, brother. Fuck the haters. I shouldn't obsess about it, but it's funny. It is funny, and yeah, fuck the haters. And we're in touch. I appreciate it. You know where to catch me. Um, so yeah. Any other thoughts here before I get out of here? Kevin Martinez, thank you, brother. Yeah, I love you guys. I appreciate it. Peace out, homies. And Joseph Baum, also check out.